Welcoming you here today is especially meaningful as we honor the huge accomplishments of these graduates, what they've achieved. We are grateful that we are gathered from places all over the world. Quite remarkable. I'd like to invite you for just a moment to find that comfortable place to be and to close your eyes for just a moment to make a connection with your breath. Noticing breathing in and breathing out. Allow your breath to take you deeper before. Take a moment to be fully present in your body, in your heart, and in your soul, where we will begin our journey together today, this beautiful day. Allow your exhalation to take you deeper, letting go of any areas of holding, control, or tension. Let go of any outside noises, challenges, dramas, and allow yourself to breathe in this sacred moment, this moment that we're all together. And when you are ready, slowly allow your eyes to open, and we will begin our ceremony today. Namaste. Dearest graduates, you've endured not only intense studies and demands, but you've accomplished all this during pretty unpredictable times, as well as intensely creative times. I'm sure that I haven't even come close to your journey and what you've been on. You've thrived, served your vision, and served those who are now suffering. You have faced times of inhumanity, loneliness, grief, suffering, and hard work. You endured. I bow to your resilience, courage, strength, vision, and faith. I know you are a great gift to this world, and we need you. Your services will continue to touch humanity near and far. You are transforming suffering by your knowledge, your hearts, your soul, and your love. Graduation is always a day of rejoicing, for it marks a conclusion of an educational journey and the commencement of a quest for a better life and future. Truly, today signifies the culmination of many years of hard work in the relentless pursuit of knowledge to pursue the great purpose of service through your heart in serving your Dharma. Today is not only a milestone for you, dear graduates, it's also a milestone for each of you here today who have supported the graduates on their journey. Even though we weren't able to meet in person today, the sacredness of each of our graduates' achievements, growth, sacrifices, dedication, and transformation has not diminished. Today, we honor the sacred rite of passage and accomplishment of these remarkable beings. I bow to you in this moment in your life. I invite you to pause for a moment and feel into this very moment in your life. Celebrate this moment. Cherish this moment. Cultivate meaning that is inspired from this moment. I encourage you to simply be present and open to the unfolding before you, because ultimately, your life is made up of moments. I know you've dreamt of this moment in many dreams, partially brushing about times of disenchantment, possibly even feeling the dream was beyond reach. You sacrificed much to achieve this major accomplishment. During this arduous and transcendent journey, you may have had moments of doubt, sleeplessness, inspiration, angst, joy, and awe, the alchemy of transformation. And you've transformed your mind, body, and spirit on this journey. The phoenix rises from the ashes, and you have risen today You'll be so many things. And the one thing that I say to you is, don't just be yourself, be all of yourself. Don't just live, be that other thing connected to death, be life. Live all your life. Love it, be it, appreciate it, and cherish it. Love wholly. And we're counting on you to make the world a better place with your knowledge, passion, and love. We all believe in you. With love from my heart to yours. Thank you. I now have the great honor of introducing to you Dr. Marc Halpern, the founder of the California College of Ayurveda, who will offer us the blessing and invocation this morning. He founded the school out of his home in 1995, 28 years ago. Dr. Marc Halpern became one of the pioneers of Ayurveda in the West, one of the few Westerners ever recognized in both the United States and in India as an authority on yoga and Ayurveda, awarded the All India Award of Best Ayurvedic Physician, a pillar in the development of the profession in the United States. He is the co-founder of the National Ayurvedic Medical Association, the California Association of Ayurvedic Medicine, and the National Council of Ayurvedic Education, and two new organizations, the National Association of Ayurvedic Schools and Colleges, and the National Ayurvedic Practitioner Association. He is the author of the textbooks that we use here at the college, along with the popular book, Healing Your Life, Lessons on the Path of Ayurveda. And he just produced a beautiful book on yoga therapy you can find. It is my great honor to introduce my partner in life and all our beloved Dr. Marc Halpern.
Thank you so much, Deerheart, for the lovely introduction. And there's so much that I have to say, so much that I have to share, and so much that I'm feeling right now about this moment for all of you. And in a short while, I will give a more formal president's address. But before I do that and really talk to each of you from my heart about your accomplishments, right now, I simply want to do an opening invocation and a blessing for all of you as we begin today's ceremony. And for those of you who are guests of our graduates, you know that, or those of you that are our graduates, and for those of you that are the guests of our graduates, you don't know, that we often always start our programs with some chanting. And so I would like to begin today's program the same way that we begin all of our classes at the college. We'll be chanting two mantras. And those of you at home, graduates, I'd like you to join me at home chanting as well. And the first one is really a mantra about light and awareness and transforming ourselves from the darkness to the light. It's called the Gayatri mantra, and it is the mantra of the sun, which represents that light, that lightness. And so it transforms the darkness within us into light and opens us up to connect with the light of the universe. The second mantra is the mantra to the divine healer. The divine healer exists within our own heart. So when we chant this mantra, Om Dhanvantara Murtaye Namaha, when we chant this mantra, we are awakening the divine healer within us. And of course, that divine healer within us has been awakening throughout your entire education, will continue to awaken throughout your entire life. And so we ask for the blessings of the divine healer today as you graduate, completing your program, and then continue your journey out into the world. So if you would, please go ahead and sit up tall and straight and close your eyes for just a moment. Om Bhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo devasya dhimahi Dhyo yonha prachodayat. Om Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo yonha prachodayat. Om Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yonha Prachodayat. And now the mantra to the divine healer within our own hearts. It is said that Ayurveda cannot be learned, cannot be taught, that no healing takes place without the blessings of the divine healer. Om Danvantara Murtaye Namaha. 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 May the light of the divine healer illuminate our hearts and our minds on this special day of graduation. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Dr. Halpern. Beautiful. I now have the great honor of introducing Gina Salā. She's a vocalist, a composer, a teacher, a kirtan leader with a repertoire spanning 23 languages. Born into a musical family, she spent her early childhood years chanting daily with Swami Shivananda at Radha Ashram. She deepened her practices living in the Himalayas at a Buddhist monastery in Nepal, where her teacher lovingly called Papaji, and through ongoing studies with her esteemed Sanskrit and Indian classical vocal teachers in India and with other Western and indigenous teachers. Her musical offerings have a unique depth and breadth, and I will add, extremely heartfelt and centered. She has performed all over the world with warmth, humor, and devotion to the divine presence in all. She offers international retreats and sound wellness, mantra, and chant. She also offers a breadth of online classes, workshops, and year-long awakening voice sound school. It's a great honor to introduce you to Gina, who will take us through some beautiful songs. Thank you, Gina, for being here with us.
Thank you. What a blessing to be here. And thank you, Mark. Thank you, Dr. Mark, Dr. Deerheart. Just a couple of chants and mantras in celebration of the divine healer. First, the Gayatri mantra for the Mother Earth that gives the medicinal plants, that holds us and grounds. Om Vasundharaya Vidmahe Bhutadatraya Dhimahi Tanno Bhumihi Prachodayat. And let's pause and reflect on how we love our Mother Earth. This chant says, may we love this Mother Earth who gives all the bhutas, all the elements. May we love her and be illuminated evermore in consciousness in our praises of this Mother, the Shakti of the earth, the medicine, the source of medicines in the physical realm. Om Vasundharaya Vidmahe Bhutaratraya Dhimahi Tanno Devi Prachodayat. Om. And you can chant one long Om as I chant it one more time. Om Vasundharaya Vidmahe Bhutaratraya Dhimahi Tanno Bhumihi Prachodayat. Om. And I just thought we can say one quick Jai-Ma together, call and response, because your voice matters. The vibration in you that chose to take this path, the path of healer, and you chose wonderful teachers I happen to know. That is a blessed path, and your voice and your vibration are a blessing in this world. Let's use our Vak Shakti, the power in our voices, to feel and sense and give thanks for that divine energy. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. You go. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Thanks and praise for this beautiful divine Shakti, taking the form of Prana Shakti and Vak Shakti of our voices, Kundalini Shakti, the Icha Shakti, the will that made you feel like you could and would sign up to be an Ayurvedic healer. Thanks and praise. And one more Gayatri mantra, this time for Dhanvantari, as you know, the celestial physician. Om Vasudevaya Vidmahe Sudhahastaya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanvantari Prachodayat. And if you like, my friends, you can say Tanno Dhanvantare Prachodayat. May we also be enlightened by the wisdom and the healing qualities of Dhanvantari. Tanno Dhanvantare Prachodayat. Tanno Dhanvantare Prachodayat. It means for the illumination of consciousness. prachodayat. Om. And so from my heart to yours, I thank you for being healers in this world, for being learners in this world, for sharing your light and your love of your truth and your medicine in this world. And on behalf of all whose lives you touched, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Deep gratitude, Gina, for sharing your light, your love, your voice, your wisdom, and this amazing heart that you have. You touch us all so much. We love you. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite back up Dr. Halpern to address the graduates and introduce our very, very special keynote speaker.
Thank you. First, I'd just like to thank Gina so much for her performance today. And you probably don't realize this, but she's actually on the road performing all the time. And she's at Bhakti Fest right now, broadcasting from Bhakti Fest, where she's been performing. And so Bhakti Fest is one of the preeminent gatherings that takes place of kirtan artists and spiritual artists. So it's a real honor that she was able to make time to broadcast live from there, to set up a little studio for being able to broadcast and jump in with all of us today. So Gina, I don't know if you're still there, if you had to run back to your performances, but I just want to thank you so much. And graduates, now I really just want to speak from my heart to your heart for a few minutes. And just really acknowledge each of you. This has been quite a journey for you, I have no doubt, because it's always a journey when you begin and you take a look at yourself in this body of knowledge, the knowledge of life, and you step in and you start taking a look at this incredible body of knowledge, and you allow it into your heart, and you allow it to engage the transformational process through your studies. Jnana Yoga is the transformation that occurs through studying knowledge. So although you don't necessarily realize it, the study of the ancient truths of Ayurveda is a form of Jnana Yoga. It is a form of piercing the illusion on your journey to know truth. And we get caught up in the illusion. And when we get caught up in the illusion, we become ill. And Ayurveda exists as a body of knowledge to lead us out of the darkness and into the light, to take care of the suffering that has occurred because we got lost along the way. And we all will. And it's really important to remember that, because we will get lost again and again and again until we become fully established in the truth, which is established in the self, which is swasta. Swasta is to be established in the self, established in the truth, established in the light, established in the love. And that is what we are on the journey to know and to experience. But it is a journey to get there. It is not something that we suddenly arrive at as soon as we graduate. It's not something that we arrive at the day we start school. it is indeed a journey. And I ask you all to be patient with yourself along that journey and compassionate with yourself along that journey. Because it's very easy to get lost and move into judgment. It's very easy to get, lost and become hard on yourself. And this, of course, though it is part of the journey, it is something that I hope, at least in this moment, to remind you of, which is the potential that you each have along that journey. Well, now, depending upon where you are on your educational journey, you may be graduating today from the Principles of Ayurvedic Medicine program, and you may have utilized this knowledge for your health, for your transformation, for your well-being. You may be now graduating as an Ayurvedic health counselor and ready to support other individuals on their journey, or perhaps a clinical Ayurvedic specialist being able to work with their diseases. And so depending upon where you are on your journey, you will be of service. And it is service that is really what this journey is about. You see, in your own healing, as you begin to explore this knowledge just for yourself, as you become more well, you become more capable of being of service to others. And service is really what this life is all about. We use the word dharma. Dharma means to be of service in a way that allows the divine light of awareness and the divine love of the universe to flow through us. And so we all hope to fulfill our dharma, which is our service to the world. And then Ayurveda, our service to the world, if you're an Ayurvedic health counselor, clinical Ayurvedic specialist, or medical Ayurvedic specialist, is to bring that knowledge to your community, is to bring that knowledge of healing, of harmony, of love, and of light to your community so that they are more well. And then you are fulfilling your dharma. And it's really my great wish for all of you that you are of the greatest service that you can be, and that you reach your full potential as practitioners. That's my great hope and my great wish for all of you. And as you do that, you continue your personal transformation, and you also facilitate the transformation of your community. And together we facilitate the transformation of the planet from darkness into light, from illness into wellness. But there are obstacles along the way, obstacles for you, obstacles for your patients, and obstacles even in your community. And those obstacles are placed there by this principle that we learn about in school, which is the principle of karma. Karma has created every obstacle, placed every obstacle in the way. And every obstacle then becomes an opportunity for growth. And as we grow, we remove that obstacle. As we remove that obstacle, more of the love and more of the light flows. And this is the great journey that we are all on. And it's not just that we are on that journey. As Ayurvedic practitioners, every one of your patients is on that journey. Everyone on this planet is on that journey, whether they know the language or not. They are becoming more and more aware, more self-aware, meaning more aware of their role in the unfolding of this dharma, of this service. Service, dharma, is love in action. That's really all it is. When you serve, you are loving. Service is love in action. And our journey as individuals, as human beings, is to love more deeply and therefore serve more beautifully. When we love ourselves more deeply, when we love our patients more deeply, we are able to serve them more deeply, more completely. This is the journey that we are all on, and we walk that journey together. We walk that journey together. None of us are at the end of that journey right now. And by the end of that journey, I mean that that journey for each of us ends with complete and total self-realization, the highest degree of samadhi, of oneness, where we are liberated from the cycle of birth and death. And until that happens, we are here, and it is now. We are here. This is the journey. And each of you are in your own place. We all are. And we have to settle into this place that we are and take our next steps forward. And that is the journey. What is your next step? That's a good question for you to ponder. What is your next step on your journey to bring love into action? What is your next step on your journey to bring love into action? It doesn't matter to me what that step is or what form that takes, because that's very personal to you. What I hope you will do is embrace your next step fully and let your love, let your light fully expand. That is my great wish for you on this graduation day. What more could we want in this life but to be of service to others? You will always be taken care of. In just a moment, I'm going to have the beautiful opportunity to introduce our keynote speaker, my teacher, Dr. David Frawley. But I just want to tell you, something he told me at the very, very beginning of my journey into being of service in Ayurveda. He said to me, he said, Mark, Ayurveda, as long as you serve Ayurveda, Ayurveda will always take care of you. As long as you serve the knowledge, as long as you serve the field, as long as you serve the profession, Ayurveda will always take care of you. And I have found that to always be true. And it takes faith as you go out into the world. It takes faith as you become a servant of your community and a servant of this body of knowledge. I want you to know, just as Dr. Frawley said to me, that you will always be taken care of. And I want to add to that, you might not have everything you want, you will always have everything you need, as long as you are truly of service to the body of knowledge and to the profession of Ayurveda. You will be okay. You will be taken care of. As I've gone out into the world, I've met so many thousands of people, and every single one of them, they want just two things more than anything else. They want optimum health and they want peace of mind. And this is the promise of Ayurveda and its sister science, yoga, to bring about optimum health and to bring about peace of mind. You will have no problem building a practice as long as you are of service to Ayurveda. And remember, service is love in action. Service is love in action. Take that for a moment into your heart. The more you serve, the more you love. The more you serve, the more you love. See as many patients as you can and exponentially expand your capacity to love. Step out into your community and talk about Ayurveda. And let that love flow through every word. Gina talked about the Vak Shakti, the power of speech, that Vak Shakti, that is the love flowing through your words. And the power of that is transformative. Go out in your community and be of service. Don't ever stop speaking about what you know. If that is your dharma, then go out there. Serve your community through speech. Serve your patients through care and counseling. And continue your studies, because your studies never end. And the greatest study is the study that you gain through experience. What you learn when you go out and you start working with people is going to take you deeper, not only in your intellectual knowledge, but your heart knowledge. Because when you are sitting with a patient, it is your heart connected to their heart. And that's where the love flows. It's that heart-to-heart connection that anytime you serve, if you make that heart-to-heart connection, then you are serving as a vehicle for love. So however you do it, and you may do it in your way, and it may be different than my own, my wish for you is to love more deeply, to love more completely, to love more wholly as you go out into the world and be of greater service and be that vehicle of divine love. Many blessings to each of you on this continued journey. And I want to tell you that it's been a tremendous honor to have you as a student at the California College of Ayurveda. It's been a tremendous honor to be able to play a small role on your life journey. May this life journey lead you to everlasting love and everlasting awareness. Many, many blessings to each of you. Take a moment in silence just to receive the blessings that are in my heart to your heart. Namaste. And now it is my pleasure to introduce you to our keynote speaker. Dr. David Frawley, as I mentioned to you, he really is the person who I hold responsible for everything this college is. He is the person I hold responsible for the development of a profession for Ayurveda here in the United States, and really growing throughout the world outside of India. David Frawley is the teacher's teacher, not just of me, but of so many others whose lives he has touched, and they have gone on to teach so many other students. I met Dr. Frawley in 1991. And at that time in my life, I knew that I wanted to know more about healing. I was already a chiropractor, and I had been exploring other forms of alternative medicine. But when I began to learn about Ayurveda with Dr. Frawley, it wasn't as though I had to learn it. It was as though he gave me a language to remember it in my heart. And ever since then, I knew that I would be serving this knowledge, this profession, and doing my part to do what I could to support that vision of building an Ayurvedic profession in the United States. David Frawley has written really about 40 books on Ayurvedic medicine. What an incredible contribution, not just in the field of Ayurveda, really, but in all of the Vedic sciences. He is considered truly a master in India. He's received India's highest award, given out only to a few individuals by the government of India, recognizing his extraordinary contributions, called the Padma Bhushan Award. Only a handful of of eminent scholars have received this award, and he is in the company of India's most well-known teachers. His 40 books have illuminated so many fields within the Vedic sciences: yoga, Vedic astrology, Ayurveda, even India's history. He has contributed to every field of study in India. And it's been an incredible honor for me to be in relationship with him all of these years, because like you, I was a student and he was my teacher. And even today, when I have a question, when something's not making sense, who do I go to? I go to Dr. Frawley, because he is the teacher's teacher. There is a well of knowledge inside of him that is so deep that I've only swam in the surface of those waters. And I share that with you because I want you to understand the incredible contribution that he has made and the incredible human being that he is. And so it's my honor today to bring Dr. Frawley here to honor all of you on this very, very special occasion of your graduation. Namaste.
Namaste, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. It is my great honor to be with you for this very important event, not only for you, but for the future of Ayurveda in the United States and globally. One person can make a tremendous difference, and that person is you. One school can make a tremendous difference, and that school is CCA. I am always amazed by the work, the effort, the dedication that Dr. Halpern continues not only to put into the school, but into Ayurveda and healing overall for everyone on the planet and the planet itself, and how from his wonderful talk, he also introduced the deepest yogic spirituality, which is an integral part of Ayurveda. And I know you may not know how much work he's had to put into this school. A total dedication for all these, what now more than 25 years. I think he's been aware of, perhaps even thinking of the school, its programs, its teachings, even in his sleep, and certainly throughout the day. So I've not seen that dedication very often. In fact, I don't know if I've seen it at all relative to the people teaching Ayurveda in the West today. So it is my best wishes that this continues. Another year comes beyond this graduation, a continual redefinition and sharing of yoga and Ayurveda, all aspects of Ayurvedic healing, different stages of practice, different levels of learning, new books and teachings such as he has, so many audios, videos he has produced. He has become, you might say, a Ayurvedic, I don't even know what I can say. I mean, he's an Ayurvedic institution in his own right. And of course, you are part of that, which is also to be part of his mind and heart. I wanted to make a few general comments today. First, I wanted to make a few comments about the state of global Ayurveda today. And Ayurveda does continue to spread globally. Recently in India, they had what was called the G20 summit. It's the first time India had been the host of that, bringing all the major leaders and countries of the world. Joe Biden also met. He was given a special shawl by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. But the main thing that came away for our systems of medicine is they got all the G20 countries to accept a statement respecting and honoring and being willing to bring natural, traditional medicine into their country, whether from India or elsewhere, whether their own native traditions and so forth. I think this was the biggest global recognition per se, also endorsed by the World Health Organizations. And in India also, they've started the largest school and center for traditional medicine in Gujarat. Now, that being said, other developments, there has now been an acceptance of Ayurvedic programs from Brazil in India, and there's a good relationship between India and Brazil. And so there may be doctor programs coming out of those countries soon as well. And Ayurveda does have recognition outside of India. And curiously, the main part of the world it's gained recognition is the Middle East. You can become an Ayurvedic doctor via UAE, Dubai, Bahrain. I think they're also looking at Egypt eventually. And this is going to continue to grow. Some other friends of ours, a spiritual group called the Swaminarayan Mission, is building the first Hindu temple in the Middle East there in Abu Dhabi. They're also connected to Ayurveda. I may join them for that inauguration in February. Now, that being said, the situation in the United States is now also very important. Ayurveda has gone through the challenges of COVID. It's undergone the challenges of redefinition of medicine in the United States, and to the greater power and presence of the drug-based modern medicine. And I don't wish to criticize anybody here. All these systems of medicine have their place, but Ayurveda also has its integral role over all. And that we can see on another level, because the main issues we have today are being out of harmony with nature, being out of harmony with our own inner nature, and the ecological problems, now behavioral issues. We're no longer growing up in nature, we're being dominated by technology. I'm not saying that technology is bad. Without it, we wouldn't be speaking here today, but we must recognize and follow our natural heritage as well. You get prana from the sky, the sun, the moon, the waters, the mountains, natural foods, chanting, meditation. Whereas when we're just constantly caught up, not only in technology, media, but also in its view of the world and its reporting of course, all the troubles we have. And we have many troubles and difficulties today. We forget our cosmic connection, the universe that we are part of, and all the forces of nature that are with us and can be aroused within us, which all can be made into forces of healing. The universe is about healing and raising of consciousness. Even old age and death are natural processes that can be used for higher levels of transformation. And so we need to bring that vision back, and that is what Ayur is. Ayur is not just ordinary life and longevity. It is life in unity with all, and life in which we have the integration and alignment of our body, prana, senses, mind, Atman, with the universal being and the universal presence. So Ayurveda offers the world the most important and detailed and ancient system of behavioral medicine, right living, and right harmony with all, on top of which is built all the clinical therapies, not apart from them. That foundation has to be there, and that is what we need today as immunity is declining physically and psychologically. So Ayurveda is growing and spreading. It is something that we can share and give. We do know how to speak and do know how to speak it properly. And we need to be educators and counselors and not just practitioners or doctors. And I often tell my doctor friends that when you look at patients and you have all these medical tests, you have all this medical history, you know all the disease they've suffered from, you've missed something that is most crucial, that behind all of that medical knowledge and statistics is a real person, a real, unique, aware person living their own lives that you have to communicate with. When we even talk about diseases, hepatitis, diabetes, whatever you want to call it, there is no such thing as a disease in itself. It doesn't exist somewhere, have its own place. It is a dysfunction of a living person. So we must restore the living person, not simply eradicate the so-called disease. We see more Ayurvedic practitioners today, Ayurvedic products, herbs, oils, massage. These are growing. There, of course, are challenges. We are limited sometimes in the scope of what we can do, but we are expanding that and we are sustaining it. And I do believe we will be able to make positive changes to bring Ayurveda into more mainstream and core-based medicine in the near future and in the years to come, because our existing limited systems that reduce the human being to chemicals or diseases is not being effective as it should be. It certainly has its value in very acute conditions and injuries, but we must remember that the real change is how we feel, how we live. Behavioral issues are there, for, of course, for diseases like diabetes, but they're there to a great extent for all diseases. So as students, you are ambassadors of Vedic knowledge, Ayurveda. You are also helping transmit nature's healing forces. You are not just there to heal people yourself, and it's very important to awaken their own inner sense of healing and the healing forces in their own lives and make their house, their home, their friends, their garden a healing center. They don't have to bring in patients, but they need to have that positive prana. And also your own mind. If you don't have the confidence, the faith, the motivation to bring in a higher force of healing and unity, then you're not going to be able to make yourself well or other people well. Disease is an incident. Well-being is our nature. All being is well-being. So just a few words of guidance and inspiration. Don't just look at the technicalities, have the positive spirit. You know, Ganesh Chaturthi is coming up soon, and we talk about overcoming obstacles. But you know, Ganesh is very smart. He doesn't just overcome obstacles, he knows how to deal with them. If you're driving down the road and there's a big ditch coming up and there's a barrier, you learn to go around the barrier. You just don't go plowing to break through the obstacle and get to the other side. So nothing is against us. No force of nature is against us, but we have to use it the right way. Whatever you do, whoever you are, whatever technology you have, it's going to be very powerful to make water. It's going to be very difficult to make water flow uphill. So it's better to learn how to use water flowing downhill. And all these forces. So it's my sincere hope that all of you awaken that Ayurvedic spirit, yogic spirit that Dr. Halpern so well represents and the school so well embodies. We can overcome all these difficulties with a change of consciousness. Consciousness is the ultimate healing force. And it is our duty, not just as practitioners, but as spiritual beings, to bring a greater unity consciousness in the world. I just came back from the East Coast in New Jersey. There is this organization that I've worked with for a long time called Swami Narayan. They will be on the 8th of October inaugurating within an hour of New York and Philadelphia, a Hindu temple 230 feet high, hand-carved marble all the way through, beautiful statues of all sizes, marble coming actually special marble from Greece, and trying to represent such aspirations. They have another center, I think, in Pomona. It's a little smaller, but still a nice temple, Atlanta, Chicago. They have Akshardham, the largest temple in Delhi as well, where the Prime Minister of UK comes to visit, because they also have one in London. So it's that spirit of aspiration, that seeking of transcendence, that movement towards unity that we need. And if we connect to that, all the universe is behind us, all the sages are behind us, and we can let go of our personal power and anxiety and let that universal force come through us for the benefit of all, and embracing nature within us, our true self-nature, and all the nature around us. So thank you again, Dr. Halpern and CCA, for being a beacon of Ayurveda for United States and the Western world. And I look forward to seeing your light growing, your students expanding, and your legacy enduring for the centuries, like the great stone temples that we see. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Dr. Frawley. It's just such a, speaking of light, such a beacon of light in the world. We so appreciate your time, your heart, your love, and your wisdom. Such a blessing. Wonderful. Now I have the great opportunity of introducing to you an alumni student, a speaker, to give us an opportunity to see there is life after CCA, and an incredible life. I'd like to introduce you here to Yoshiko Monsoon. She's an Ayurvedic practitioner, clinical Ayurvedic specialist, Panchakarma specialist, CCA classical yoga nidra instructor, trainer, ERYT, and NAMA member. She graduated from CCA in 2015 and established Absolute Balance in Austin, Texas. Her practice is dedicated to disease prevention and treatment, primarily caring for clients in the United States and Japan. In recent years, due to her accomplishments, she has been invited to join a physician group in Central Texas and Japan, where she dedicates herself to promoting Ayurveda and is currently aiming to expand treatment options for people's illness and improve their health index. It is with great pleasure and honor to introduce you to Yoshiko. Okini.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Deerheart. And I am a graduate 2015, Yoshiko Monsoon. Hello, distinguished guests, family and friends, and esteemed facility and staff. And hello, CCA graduates 2023. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of you on your achievements thus far. That you all have overcome every hurdle and persevere through the tough times. You are the bravest people who have ever succeeded despite difficult circumstances. I say this with great admiration. You did it. As you all graduate, I hope that it will be truly wonderful. Now is a time for celebration. However, before you all move toward your achievable actual goals, I would like to share something about my life after graduating from CCA. 12 years ago, when I was looking for a way to help my mother, who was driven due to the after effect of several hemorrhage, and my husband, who was left with a disability in one of his legs due to an accident at work. And there was no further treatment to help them recover from Western medicine. But I couldn't take their word for it. And I had feelings Ayurveda may have solutions. And I decided to study to CCA. Initially, I only planned to study for 1 year, but my study at the CCA fascinated me more and more, and I ended up completing the entire program at the time. As soon as I graduated, I registered my own business in Texas, and it has been 8 years since I opened my Ayurveda clinic in Austin, Texas. As I mentioned at the beginning, I entered the CCA with the purpose for saving my family. But now I has become my life work to heal people with Ayurveda. That was totally unexpected. Originally, I wasn't the type of start my own business. I just thought that no matter what, I would never happen. However, I was able to change because of the generous support I received from the instructors at the CCA. That's for sure. There are the word my supervisor at the time, he said to me when I was hesitant to start on my own business after graduation, I could not shake off my anxiety. And he said, CCA has educated you well enough to deserve it, and you have responded well to it. Are you still not confident? Contribute to the society. These words made me strong and do a 180 degrees turn. And just the supervisor said, everything went smoothly. All the worry I created, I had before graduation, have disappeared. And thanks to CCA, I am now working as a clinical Ayurveda specialist and full-time, never stop. I have conducted over 10,000 client visits so far. In the field, I create a treatment plan for diseases, and that I have never dealt with during my study. But even at such time, I adhere to the basis I learned at the CCA. The next chapter has also begun. I am currently giving lecture on Ayurveda to medical doctor in Japan and started new project. This was one of my dream, and it was a far off dream, but work has begun. My life has become even more wonderful since I started to study Ayurveda. This is all thanks to coming across CCA's program. My foundation is strong. I'm grateful to God for giving us the nature providence of Ayurveda. I'm grateful our ancestors who have passed on the legacy for 1,000 years. Every day, I am grateful to CCA founder, Dr. Halpern, and his mentor for condensing that essential essence and giving us the opportunity to learn from CCA. The paths open up naturally, and there are no limit to my field. And I feel like I am still being guided in the direction I needed. Please cherish your origin, our origin, even after you graduate. Finally, it may not be all fun after graduating from CCA. Serious effort will now begin. You have now tested and proven your skill as Ayurvedic professionals. I then set out to take on the challenge of promoting Ayurveda in society. Be confident, dream big, be bold, and work hard. Now, the time and society needs you, and let's get together, pass it the next generation. I wish all of best in your future endeavors. A hearty round applause to the graduator of 2023. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, Yoshiko. You are such a bright light in this world and doing amazing work in 2 countries. So thank you for sharing your heart and your love and your wisdom with all of us. So thank you. I now like to introduce 3 beautiful graduates that are going to share a little bit more about their journey. So I'd like to first welcome Madeline Armstrong as an Ayurvedic health counselor intern and recent PAM program graduate. Is highly anticipating putting her Ayurvedic skills to work in her own small business soon. Madeline has worked all across the globe in such places as Thailand, Peru, Costa Rica, and recently spent 8 years at a design and innovation firm in California before finding her passion of Ayurveda. She loves connecting with others and is thrilled to be building an Ayurvedic community where she now resides in the Columbia River Gorge area on the border of Oregon and Washington. Thank you, Madeline. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much. I am so glad to be here today. So happy to have the opportunity to speak to everyone. What I felt most inspired to speak about today is the path of change. So this has been on my mind a lot lately, especially as I'm a current AHCI intern. I find myself spending a lot of time diving deep into what I believe will be the most helpful advice on the varying routes of change for all of my patients. Of course, as we're taught at CCA, the dominant dosha in your Prakriti or Vikruti greatly influences your particular path of change and the challenges that you may face along the way. This got me deeply thinking about my own path of change through my own doshic makeup. Prior to finding myself here at CCA, I was in a fairly unhappy rut with a job that was growing increasingly tedious, staying with what was no longer a fit for me for various practical and at the time necessary reasons, but without any real sense of purpose or inspiration. I was more mentally stuck in my job than I even realized. And beginning the path of Ayurveda at CCA, in Module 0, there was a discussion of the 3-fold path of disease, as well as the 4 goals of life, or Purushartha. One of the goals explained is Dharma, or duty, and in its higher form, it's service in alignment with one's nature or spirit. It felt almost cosmically ironic that I was suddenly feeling like I was on my correct dharmic path, and that the path I was on was studying about Dharma. Studying Ayurveda made me feel the most relaxed and supported that I'd ever been in any new situation. And I realized that it was because that Dharma was finally in alignment and things were just seeming to click into place. And then I discovered my own doshic makeup, and realizing that I had a Vata Vikruti, I began to understand that I was still going to struggle a lot in my studies that for as much as they felt like a welcome home to me, it was in my nature to get excited about new things and to feel inspired, but also equally likely that I would become stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, or distracted by something. And then I was laid off from my job, and my life was sent into a Vata tailspin as I navigated all the forces of change and motion that were out of my control. So I decided to use CCA and Ayurveda as my backbone, my opposite that would bring balance. And in doing so, I realized the uncontrollable forces of our lives are part of our dharmic path of change. Throughout all the difficulties of life that will never cease to exist, when you are on your higher path of dharma, the changes will almost feel good no matter what, because they are right for you. On that path, there is a larger force of the universe pushing and pulling you in the right directions, calling you and leading you home. For me, I feel very fortunate that that home was Ayurveda, and I feel an immense gratitude for all of the teachers and learnings that have guided me to be here today. It's my honor to be able to move forward in service of others while also pursuing my own dharma simultaneously. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Madeline. We just send you off with so much love, and you're such a bright light. I know that your light will touch so many. Thank you for taking time. I now like to introduce Michelle Bettino as an Ayurvedic health counselor graduate. She attended her first class with CCA in 2019 and received her Yoga Nidra teacher training certificate. She's been in love with the programs ever since. She completed Principles of Ayurvedic Medicine in December of 2021 and completed her internship December of 2022, as well as CCA's Ayurvedic Massage and Bliss Therapy course. Michelle is currently serving as a registered yoga teacher at the Ayurvedic Health Counselor nearby in Modesto. It's Michelle's joy to help others find their own personal and profound journey in yoga by specializing in one-on-one private yoga sessions. Michelle, we're so looking forward to hearing from you.
Graduates, congratulations on reaching this goal. I'm Michelle Bettino, AHC, and it's such an honor to be asked to speak to you today. I'm here to share with you some of the most life-impacting wisdom that I gained through PAM and then my internship. Then I'd like to offer a bit of advice as we move on to our future as Ayurvedic practitioners. If any of what I say inspires you, feel free to take it in and use it up. The main thing that I learned is that the process of learning yields as much value as the subject matter. As I'm sure you've experienced, as we learn and practice the principles of Ayurveda and begin holding ourselves accountable, we develop a keener self-awareness. It's like holding a mirror up to ourselves. We have to confront the things that we do that create disharmony. When I began teaching people how to hold themselves accountable, I witnessed a whole slew of ways that we run from ourselves. I expect that most of us had what I'll call a wake-up moment during our program. Mine came 2 weeks into my internship. I remember those really intense weeks trying to work with all this new paperwork, learn all the rules. I was emailing back and forth with my supervisor, Kelsey Page, with question after question. I felt so inundated, and in my angst, one of my emails led with the subject line in all capital letters. The first line of her response read, "You should be careful with your tone." I closed the email immediately. I was floored. I couldn't read it for 24 hours. I started thinking, oh my God, I made my supervisor mad. I'm going to have to quit the program. I was in a panic. I had to talk myself into opening and reading that email. Okay, Michelle, they want you to succeed. They don't want you to drop out. They've got your back. When I did read the rest of the email, the tone was completely different. It was not what I thought it was originally. She answered all my questions, and at the end, she wrote, "You're doing great, Michelle. Keep it up." I cried hard. And that's when it really dawned on me the kind of pressure that I put on myself. My biggest revelation in the program came from that encounter, that before I could meet my patients halfway, I had to meet myself halfway. It begins with me. It begins with us. We all have our backstories. We've all stumbled our way up mountains to get to this point. I personally went through divorce, menopause with wicked hot flashes. I moved out of my house of over 20 years and moved in with a roommate who has dogs, and I'm not a fan of dogs. Along with rebuilding my yoga business into an Ayurvedic practice, I was put to the task of educating my entire community on what Ayurveda is and why they needed it. It's not an exaggeration to say that in the past 20 months, everything about my life shifted significantly. So if you take one thing away from me today, it's this: make space for yourself to do the practice. Ayurveda, it's the wisdom of life. It's all real, 100% true. Use it. What's next for me? I know I'll be practicing Ayurveda for the rest of my life. I can't imagine having this wisdom and then abandoning it. I want to bring the true healing of Ayurveda to Modesto and then the world. Maybe someday I'll open a clinic in my hometown of Burlington, New Jersey, or maybe someday I'll be able to serve as an employee of CCA. I can't say where my Dharma will take me. I can only pray that my path continues to unfold before me and I have the courage to walk it. Thank you, Dr. Halpern, for the wisdom. And with that, I want to reiterate my congratulations, fellow Ayurvedic practitioners. I wish all of us not the easiest road ahead, but the most fulfilling path. Thank you. Good luck. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Michelle, for sharing, and to have no doubt you're changing the world already. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to now introduce Michelle. Is a clinical Ayurvedic specialist graduate. She is a seasoned professional with a diverse background, having earned her MBA in international finance from St. John's University. She embarked on a dynamic career on Wall Street. Her journey took her from the world of high finance to the realm of education, where she contributed over 17 years to one of the largest educational systems in the US. Beyond her professional life, she wears the cherished hat of a devoted mother of 3 wonderful sons, shaping their lives in the vibrant city of New York. Her ancestral linkage to Ayurveda comes from her Indo-Caribbean roots, which maintains a strong connection to preserving the cultural heritage from India. The early years in Trinidad exposed her to the beauty of herbal medicine and Ayurvedic lifestyle, igniting her own new path as an Ayurvedic practitioner. During a college search for her son, she reached out to the California College of Ayurveda, only to realize a few years later the search was for her. Embarking on an exciting new path, having recently relocated to Minnesota, Michelle is diving into a deeper journey by establishing her practice called Ayurvedic Home of Wellness. Welcome, Michelle. We so look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, Dr. Deerheart. It's such an honor to be here today to acknowledge the wonderful work we've all been doing with Ayurveda. It is with gratitude and a heart full of inspiration as I reflect on our journey learning Ayurveda at the California College of Ayurveda. The past years have been a profound experience of growth, learning, and transformation. We began as Ayurvedic health counselors and graduate today as clinical Ayurvedic specialists. Some of us might have been chosen by Ayurveda due to our own personal health. Some have been inspired due to family and friends going through health challenges. Both situations led us on this divine path. We knew there were alternative and complementary options to healing, and we searched. Studying Ayurveda has not just been an academic pursuit, but a journey of self-discovery. As we embrace the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, we uncover not only the layers of holistic healing, but also a deeper understanding of the self. On my personal journey, it became clear for me to embrace my dharma as an Ayurvedic practitioner and dip into my authentic heritage of Ayurvedic teachings. Ayurveda is the linkage to my ancestors. My great-grandparents traveled from India to Trinidad in the early 1900s and carried with them the wisdom of Ayurveda. They planted the medicinal herbs in the soils of Trinidad and used their knowledge to heal themselves, family, and community. My grandmother created a home of traditional Ayurvedic lifestyles, and I'm truly honored to carry on her traditions. It is through my individual growth and journey, my practice Ayurvedic Home of Wellness was born. As we graduate today, I am filled with a sense of purpose and anticipation for the impact we can collectively make. The knowledge we've acquired is not merely a qualification. It is a responsibility to contribute positively to the well-being of individuals and society as a whole. Thank you to the California College of Ayurveda faculty for nurturing our growth, to Dr. Marc Halpern for teaching Ayurveda in its true authenticity, my classmates, my colleagues, for the community we've created, and to our loved ones for their unwavering support. I would like to thank my family and friends for being my vata. You keep me moving forward. My husband for being my pitta. You keep my inner fire ignited. My mom and sister for being my kapha. When I need stability, you're always by my side. And my 3 sons for cheering me on. I hope I have set the example to never stop learning. A precious message from my dad. My fellow graduates, I wish you all blessings on your divine path. Congratulations, Clinical Ayurvedic Specialist. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Michelle. And that was such a beautiful example of the students. We've only heard from 4, and each and every one of you have this most incredible journey. You've touched yourselves, your lives have transformed, and anybody in your path. You bring so much hope and inspiration. I know the world is a better place because of all you. So Dr. Halpern, would you do us the great honor of the oath and calling the graduates and bringing them on the other side?
Thank you so much to all of the beautiful speakers that just spoke. It was really, really lovely to hear your hearts. And, you know, Yoshiko, always beautiful to hear you and about your journey. And Madeline, Michelle for sharing your journey as students and what this has meant to you. This is why our school exists, is for you. Without you, there is no California College of Ayurveda. And before we do the reading of the names of the graduates, I just want to take a moment in gratitude to all of the faculty and all of the staff who have supported you. You don't realize how much there is that goes on behind the scenes to help you to get to where you are. The faculty that have taught your classes, the supervisors that have overseen your education, but even before that, the admissions advisors that supported you to be able to enroll, Emily, who handles our marketing and reaches out to let the world know that the California College of Ayurveda is here. Kimmy, who often is the first one to hear of your challenges with technology and give you that support so that you can continue on your way. There's just so many individuals here at the college that are here supporting you. And so my gratitude goes out to each of them and for the hard work that they do. And my gratitude also goes out to my wife, Dr. Deerheart, who has been emceeing the program today and really supporting me through all of the work that goes on to support all of you. And she does all of this while having her own extraordinary busy life with her organization called The Heart Way. And truly, she is the path of the heart. And so the way of the heart. So thank you, my love, for your support throughout this entire journey. Thank you. And so I want to just take a moment to talk about the various accomplishments that you have. I'll be beginning with reading the names of those of you that have completed the Principles of Ayurvedic Medicine program. And you may be stopping there, or you may be going on from there, but have not yet gone on. And the Principles of Ayurvedic Medicine program, for your guests who may be listening today, is the single most important program and course that you have taken at the California College of Ayurveda. It is the single most important because it establishes the foundation not only for all of your additional studies, but the foundation of living a life in harmony with the knowledge of Ayurveda, the knowledge of the world in which we live, and our connection to that world. And we say that where there is harmony, there is health. Where there is disharmony, there is disease. And in your Principles of Ayurvedic Medicine course, you have learned that which can lead you personally to a lifestyle of harmony and therefore health and wellness, physically, emotionally, and even on that existential level, supporting you to create the oneness and the wholeness through living in harmony. So I'm going to read the names now of the graduates from the Principles of Ayurvedic Medicine program. As you hear your name, just take a moment to bring your hands to your heart. Madeline Armstrong, Emily Baker, Amy Barber, Wilzette Borno, Brittany Broaddus, Christy Bullard, Richard Cady, Elena Capps, James Coleman, Alexis Filippo, Carrie Feropoulos, Ilana Gabriel, Venkata Ganji, Nandita Gaar, Alexandra Gleason, Heather Grisco, Danielle Hall, Jacqueline Howworth, Maureen Kasande, Satish Kumar, Nishita Lakhanpal, Rachel Lloyd, Margot Matthews, Sina McKeown, Bradley McNeil, Elizabeth Menso, Caitlin Mills, Shanika Mitchell-Gregg, Madeline Moore, Kelly Murill, Gopalan Mukundan, Nazanin Naziri Karazaki, Jamie Okalois, Alexandra Basalt, Alicia Smith, Haley Smythe, Brittany Still, Casey Tench, Beata Tyminski, Helena Venegas, Ripal Vyas, Nadesha Vikram Singhe, Zachary Zawal. These are the graduates of the Principles of Ayurvedic Medicine program. Many blessings to each of you on your journey. May this knowledge bring wisdom to your heart, the wisdom that leads you to living in harmony with nature, and the knowledge that combined with your other bodies of knowledge will be of service to all of humanity. Congratulations to each of you. Namaste. And now I'd like to connect with the Ayurvedic Health Counselor graduates. You have completed the Principles of Ayurvedic Medicine course, and you have completed your Ayurvedic Health Counselor internship, where you learned the art of supporting other individuals on their journey to implement Ayurveda into their lives. This was a journey of learning how to become an Ayurvedic healthcare professional who specializes in preventative medicine and living in harmony with nature. I'm going to read your names, but before I read your names, you have also received a set of malas. These malas, which are green, the stone is a moss agate. And these are sandalwood malas. The moss agate is the stone of the planet Mercury. And it is the stone of nature, and it is symbolic of nature, including all that is related to the plant world. It is also the knowledge or the connection to intelligence and emotional maturity. These malas, at the very end, after I read all your names, I'm going to say, graduates, place these malas around your neck. So wait until after all the names have been called, and then we will place them around our necks and confer the title Ayurvedic Health Counselor. Ashley Amin. Carmen Boscolo. Alma Delau. Sydney Doolittle. Michelle Dragos Patino. Leslie Elliott. Jasmine Escutia. Andrea Hunkar. Carly McGreevy. Sherry Mueller. Hinal Patel. Srinivasan Ranganath. Nancy Rich. Rashmi Sharma. Harshala Singh. Anne-Marie Snorsky. Christine Swaltharp. Jennifer Walker. Students, take these malas Hold them in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Just take in the blessing of the divine healer. Ayurvedic health counselors place these malas around your neck. Congratulations. May you go on to share the love and the light of Ayurveda with your community, bringing preventative care and teaching your patients the knowledge and wisdom of living in harmony with nature. Many blessings to each of you. Congratulations. Namaste. I applaud you all. And now, Clinical Ayurvedic Specialist graduates, you are also sent malas. These malas, which are red, and of course, the sandalwood. These red malas are red garnet. The red garnet, or raktamani, is the stone of the sun, and it represents the fire element and the power of transformation. It builds confidence, motivation, and clears away the impurities that are inside of our hearts and inside of our minds. As those impurities are dissolved, intelligence expands. As intelligence expands, the light of the fire expands. And so this is also the mala of Kundalini, which represents the light and the power of transformation. It gives strength to the blood as well, and the power of circulation. I'll read the names of the graduates, and then again at the end, I'll ask you to place them around your neck. Marnoosh Amiri, Cherie Anderson, Sonia Bansal, Ora Barbabosa, Ravi Desai, Teresa Divine, Riley Doyle, Devin Eliason, Lisa Gatala, Caroline Hepworth, Lisa Kine, Michelle Mangru, Elaine Moen, Pamela Newman, Christina Powers, Sonia Smith, Jess Tim, Larkelin Witt, Magnolia Zuniga. Students, hold these malas in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Take in the blessings of the divine healer, blessing every mala. Be present for a moment with your accomplishments. Clinical Ayurvedic Specialists, place these malas around your neck. Congratulations to each of you as you go out into the world and bring healing to the diseases that humanity suffers with. Congratulations on this amazing accomplishment. I bow to each of you for your hard work, your dedication, and your commitment to yourselves and to your community. Namaste. Some of you will be continuing on in your education toward becoming a medical Ayurvedic specialist. And when you do, you will receive these malas. And these malas, which are white, are the moonstone. And they are symbolic of the purification that has taken place as the fire has purified the obstacles within you and allowed the light and the love to be at its fullest. The light shines brightest and the love flows fully and completely. And I look forward to seeing many of you in the Medical Ayurvedic Specialist program as we go forward. Now, what I'd like to do is to invite all of you who have received, the practitioners who have received the oath of the Ayurvedic practitioner, to take a moment just to gather that in front of you. I will be reading that oath out loud. You can read it in your heart and mind along with me. And then together, we will say Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. The oath of the Ayurvedic practitioner. I commit myself to the divine, that I may be a vehicle of healing love and healing light, that I may continue to purify myself and live in greater and greater harmony with nature, so that the love and light may flow through me without obstruction. I commit myself to my patients, that I may serve them with the highest integrity, that I may be for them a guide on their journey, while remembering that I am not the healer, and knowing that I am no more than an instrument of the divine. I commit myself to the knowledge of Ayurveda, that I may continue to learn through my teachers, through my texts, through my experiences, and through my direct relationship with the divine. I commit myself to myself, that I may forever grow, learn, and evolve toward the light, that I may come closer and closer to living what I teach, while holding a space of compassion for my journey. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhniya. May all beings be happy. Sarve Santu Niramaya. May all beings be free of disability. Sarve Vajrani Pashyantu. May we see only the good in others. Ma Kashid Dukhabhag Bhave. May none suffer sorrow. And together, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Namaste. From my heart to your heart.
Thank you, Dr. Halpern. Huge congratulations to you all. It's time to celebrate and honor these huge accomplishments as you step out into the world and change the world. I want to pause just for a minute before we close. As you know, it takes a village to be in this moment that we are. People that help us build our homes, grow our food, our clothes. And there have been so many people that have touched your life through this education. So I want to pause for a moment, everybody, and send some love and appreciation and care to honor the CCA teachers, the CCA staff that sometimes you don't see unless there's a problem or not, that have made your education possible. It just truly wouldn't happen with all these beautiful hands and hearts. And this team at CCA is all heart. They're dedicated to your success and bringing this healing out into the world. They truly are part of your heartbeat, our souls, and our rhythm. And you get to carry that forward as you step out into the world and as you continue your education. So on our knees with deep gratitude to every single being at CCA that has made this moment possible. Complete love. I also extend this gratitude to all of your loved ones that have also been part of that village that helped you be here. Your spouses, your children, your families, everybody that has been the wind beneath your wings. And of course, Dr. Halpern for being the inspiration of all of this that has come to fruition. And Dr. Frawley said it so well, the devotion, the dedication, and I see it every day that goes into this is beyond. And he's a beautiful inspiration in life, in this life, and to all of us. And a very special thank you to this team that created this graduation. There's always so many hours and little details that go into creating a beautiful event. And they choreographed this graduation so beautifully with so much love. And that love shines through each moment. We are all connected. Once again, a huge congratulations to the graduates. May your dedication and your knowledge and depth serve you all as you reach out and touch others. We celebrate you, we honor you, and we are so proud of you. Spread your wings, share your knowledge, your healing abilities, your hearts, your love. The world needs you. In closing, I like to share a metta prayer. The Buddha offers a teaching on the development of loving kindness known as Metta Sutta. His hope in this teaching was to instill the sincere wish for contentment in all beings. So in conclusion, I leave you with this metta prayer. May your mind, body, and spirit always feel connected to the divine wisdom. May you provide noble, mindful, and loving support. May you bring peace and ease to all those you serve. May love and light flow through your essence. May compassion flow through your light. May you have the opportunity to bask in your dreams, imagination, and personal expressions in this life. May you be safe, peaceful, and at ease. And may you always remember you are love and you are light. Thank you, CCA family, a true heart-centered organization that is changing the world. And I'd like to invite you graduates to please stay on for a traditional Zoom photo. At this time, we'd ask that families and all non-graduates please sign off at your convenience prior to the photo being taken. And yay, so many blessings. Celebrate you. Much love from my heart to all of yours. Namaste.